Okay, so the Amazon, everyone's talking about the Amazon rainforest and why it's happening. And I don't think anyone's really fully connecting all the dots together. So I just wanted to do I'll try and make it concise, what I think is really going on, because the story that we're kind of fed through the media is never the full story with anything. But certainly I don't think it is with this. And for a start, the president obviously is getting the blame for it a lot. And I don't think it's as simple as just blaming that one guy, because he's basically, just like most politicians, he's just a puppet. You know, he's actually done a video that I watched before, and he's actually openly said, you know, he doesn't really have the power that people think he has. And I think he's actually telling the truth for once, you know, as a politician there, because they often don't really have the power people think, because they're puppets on a string being controlled by the corporations and the banks and the people with the money. So it's a case of follow the money, basically. If you follow the money, you usually will get to the real issue and the truth. And the truth in this case, I think, is that Brazil is pretty much a third world country, and it has been, you know, it has been in the past, you know. And yeah, it's like basically completely in debt. It's completely in debt. There's no way it can really get out of that debt. And therefore, any country that's completely and utterly in debt and the interest is going up at a rate where it's never going to get out of it, they don't truly have control and power over their own country, do they? Because whoever they owe that money to has the real power, don't they? That it's like someone's got a gun to your head, basically, haven't they? You know, it's like if you've ever really been in debt, you know, as a person, it's a horrible feeling, you know, if you've got people ringing you up. I've had it, you know, they're ringing you up every day, you're getting letters every day, you're getting pressure put on you, and that's, you know, the nice companies, you know, the other ones, what would they do? You know, the loan sharks and those kind of people. So it's effectively what's going on with a lot of these countries is actually economic warfare. It is a war, basically. It's economic war. And it's been going on for a long time. And, you know, people talk about third world debt, but who are they really in debt to? You know, it's the banks, isn't it? And so the banks actually are controlling pretty much the whole world. You know, people talk about a world government. Oh, we don't want to have a world government. That would be terrible. Well, effectively, we have had a world government for a long time. And this is all coming to light, I think, a little bit more, but it seems only a small amount of people are connecting the dots and actually realizing that's what's really going on. So with these fires, you know, whether it is actually the people themselves that are burning, you know, the land so they can then use that land to make money. So whether it's the president behind it or the people themselves, or even possibly the companies who they owe money to, who are doing it as a kind of punishment, a bit like a loan shark would. We don't know for sure, but whichever way it is, it's about money. You know, it's definitely something to do with money. And some people are saying it's because people are eating meat. And I think, well, actually, there's not more people in the world eating meat than there were 10 years ago. There's actually a lot less, because more people are going vegan. That's definitely the trend. But some of these farms that they're talking about, it's going to be turned into these farms. Some of them are soybean farms. So that's, you know, it's everyone could go vegan overnight. And if a lot of them are for, you know, palm oil or soybeans, that's not going to make any difference. You know, if they're having to make money because they're desperate, and why are they desperate? Because of all this debt, because of the weight of all this debt, all this pressure, and the people who they owe the money to won't give them any kind of, you know, allowances. They're not, you know, they're evil, really. And that's what has to be stopped. You know, there needs to be a way of wiping these debts clear, because that's the only way. If we want to save the rainforest, we have to save their economy in a way, you know, and the only way to save their economy is to wipe the debt, because they're never going to pay it back. And there's many other countries in the same boat. So